Hi everyone, this is Neetu Sugandh. In this lesson, we'll be discussing the 7 common professional emails that people write almost on a day-to-day basis if they're working. So what I've essentially done is I have listed some sample formats so that we can discuss them and you're more clear the next time you write those emails. If you like my videos, you can follow me on this link. Do rate, review, recommend, and share. Let's begin. The first common email is leave request. We need leave, right? So when we're working, so we always have to write an email for that. Let's see how we can do that. Subject, leave request. So you say leave request August 5th, 2017 to August 10, 2017. Dear Rekha, I would like to request for leave starting August 5th to August 10 as I need to attend a close friend's wedding. My presence on all the 6 days is important to my friend. So here, what I've really done is I've mentioned the dates and I've given the reason. And I've also added one more line which talks about that it's an important reason because your presence is important. And then I take responsibility of my tasks and deliverables and will assign them to a team member after you approve. I will be available on phone as needed. So here I'm talking about that, while I'm not there, who's going to take care of the tasks? At the same time, I'll be available on the phone. We could also discuss the plan for the 6 days at a time that is convenient for you. So it's a good idea to get into that discussion that, okay, when I'm away, who's going to take care of my tasks? So let's discuss that. Thank you and regards, your signature. So you see, it's a very simple email. It should not take hours. I have seen people, spending hours and hours on writing a leave request email. So when you have this sample format, you can just take a look at it and write it the way you want to write it. There may also be times when you're not available on the phone. So in that case, just explain to them that you're not available. You will not be available as you're traveling, let's say, out of the country. And then again, you can say the same thing. We could discuss the plan of action for the 6 days on which I will not be present. So hope this is going to simplify the format the next time you write the leave request email. Let's now take a look at job application. Now we all apply for jobs. And there's no need to spend hours in writing that email. Of course, you should proofread the email, but I'll give you a basic format here. So you say job code. Now, most of the jobs have a job code. If you know the job code, write the job code if it's given. Then write the position you're applying for. So for example, this person's position is senior manager training, and then your name. And then you write, most of the times, if you know the name of the recruiter, then you can write their name. If you don't know, just write sir and madam. I'm writing to express my interest in the senior manager training position listed on abc.com. So you're talking about the position and you're talking about where you got the position from. I have a total working experience of 12 years in which I've worked with many professional organizations, including ABCD. Now, here I'm giving 1 or 2 lines. The reason for that is so that when a person reads your email, they get interested about, by looking at your profile. Normally, you would send a resume, which gives the details, or you would also include a cover letter if the employer has asked for it, right? But there are times you may want to include that cover letter here. What I normally do is I always include the cover letter in my email, the body of the email, and then I attach the resume. So that way, that gets people interested. My experience, especially in the training vertical, is 10 years. I have made those words bold that I want the reader to pay attention to. Currently, I'm working as a training consultant with so-and-so company. My main job responsibility is to improve communication skills at an organization level. The reason why I've written all this is because the position is for a senior manager training. So all these points will help the person, will help gain the person's attention. Because he's looking for someone who has experience with training. Please find attached my resume. I look forward to hearing from you soon. Sincerely, and then your designation and your name, your signature, in short. So it's a very short and crisp email. You're really just talking about your interest and a bit about yourself, and then your resume. Hope this is going to make your email simpler, shorter, and crisper the next time you write it. Now let's take a look at announcements. Announcements are when, so let's say someone joins, a new team member joins your team and you want to make an announcement for that. And there are many, announcements that we make via emails on a daily basis at work. So let's see how we can write that email. The subject would be welcome and the name of the person. Hi all, I'm excited to announce that Isha Kaul has joined us as the training coordinator. So you're really telling the team that I'm excited about it. And then you write a bit about Isha because you're making an announcement about her, so you want the team to know about it. She'll be handling the scheduling of all the training sessions. Request you to please support her in collating the data she needs. So you're telling all the other team members that here's what she'll be handling, please support her. Because when a person's new, it takes them time to build rapport with other team members. So if you're, let's say, a supervisor or you're a manager, then you can welcome her through an email and tell the other team members that please support her. Isha, welcome to the team. We're happy to have you on board. This makes Isha feel happy that, okay, she's joined a good team. Just like this, there are many other announcements. It could be the announcement of a policy or the announcement of some, let's say a new update. So whatever it is, you can follow this format. Keep it short, crisp, and simple. Now, a resignation email. I've listed here because I have again seen people spend a lot of time on writing that email. So in this case, you will write resignation and your name and hi to your manager. This is to bring to your notice that I want to resign from my current role of a consultant with, and then your organization's name, effective, then you put the date, due to personal reasons. So you've really expressed your interest in, resigning. You've talked about your current role. The reason why this format is important is this email is something that even your next organization may want to see. It's like a proof that, okay, you have resigned. So make sure you include all these details that, okay, you were working as a consultant with this particular organization and you've given your resignation on this particular date. I'll be serving the 1 month notice period and my last working day will be this. In case you're serving the notice period. Normally, most companies have a 30-day notice period. And if you're serving that, you write that and you say your last working day will be this. Because normally when you resign, most companies don't want you to leave and then they have a retention policy, which is good. So in case you plan to stay back, it's fine. But if you're writing the email, you must specify what would be your last working day. I request you to kindly accept my resignation. I thank you for guiding me during my tenure with the organization and appreciate all the help extended. Regards, your signature. Now, just because you're resigning does not mean that you will, not stay in touch or you will not thank people who've helped you. It's always a good idea to be polite and maintain good relations. Okay, now let's take a look at weekly updates. When you're working, you may have to send weekly updates. So in this case, I have shared an email format for a training performance report. So what you can say is training performance if you're given that responsibility, week ending, and then the date. So sometimes, in this case, the person is given the responsibility of sending the training performance every week. So this is a recurring email. So that's the subject. Hi everyone, please find attached the training performance and data for this week. Ending is not needed here. For this week. So here you can say that, the training performance and data for this week, or you can say for the week ending and then put the date. And then after that, whatever you've attached, obviously you'll be attaching a report because reports are complicated and lengthy. You can't really write everything in an email, so you attach that. But take the snapshot of the main, of the summary. So here, for example, you can put the summary snapshot here as a graph so that when people are looking at it, they know how the training department is performing or which vertical is performing better. And also in case you should highlight key points. For example, when I used to send this email, I used to say this is the area where we are doing well and this is the area where we're not doing so well. So that way it totally catches the attention of the people as I've put the summary in the email. And normally when such reports are sent out, they're sent out to many people. So we must be very careful about the data and what we're including, the way we're writing them. Use bullets to highlight key points and then use a graph to give a summary. Even when you're entering the email IDs in the to field, enter the email IDs of the most important people first and then move to the others. Hope this format helps you a bit. Okay, requesting for information. This is a common scenario again. If you want to request for information of XYZ project, so you'll say important. In case the email is important, you can write the word important. Data for XYZ project needed. Hi Tom, request you to send me the data for the XYZ project by today, end of day. I need to include it in a report that needs to be sent to the client tomorrow morning. Please let me know if it will be convenient for you. Thank you. So in this case, I have again stated the reason as to why I'm asking for the data so soon. if I would just say request you to send me the data by today, end of day, it's too short a notice most of the time because everyone's working, everyone's busy. So if you ask for a report that you need urgently, make sure you specify the reason so that the person knows the urgency. EOM emails. What are EOM emails? Let me explain. If you have a very short message to convey and you can fit the whole message into the subject line, use EOM, which means end of message. Let me give you an example. So if there's an email which is just there's only one line which says, could you please send me the March training report? And you write thanks EOM. This means that the person does not need to open this email. And this is very helpful for people who are very busy or receive a lot of emails. I used to do that. My colleagues used to do that. They used to send one-line emails and they used to write thanks. That is a polite way to end the email. And then EOM. It means end of minutes. You don't need to open that email. So this lets the recipient know that they don't need to open the email and all the information is included in the subject line. However, whenever you're using this particular strategy, make sure that your recipients know what EOM means. I mean, imagine if you write this one sentence and then you write thanks EOM. If the other person does not know what EOM is, then he would say, you're weird. Why is the subject so long? So, but mostly when people are working, they know about EOM. I mean, it takes them about 2 to 3 years to understand this particular strategy. It took me not a lot of time because when people used to send emails, I was really observant. I used to ask, what exactly does this particular term mean? So I knew about EOM emails when I started to work. You guys know it already, so make sure when you actually are working, you are very careful about using EOM. So with this, we're at the end of the lesson, and I hope that the format that I shared will help you in writing your next set of emails, and you'll end up spending less time, and they'll be more crisp. I'll be explaining more stuff in the next lesson. Till then, you enjoy yourself and stay happy. Bye-bye.